Hi YouTube! For my next video review, I have a somewhat older watch than what I typically have on my videos because it doesn't belong to me but to a good friend of mine who agreed to part with it for a while so that I could have this video filmed. This is a Seiko 6138-0011 automatic chronograph. It was made back in 1974. I think that the model originally came out around 1971. You will excuse me, I'm not all that knowledgeable in this kind of vintage Seikos. It's a pretty unique styled watch. It's semi-officially known as the Yachtsman because that's how Seiko marketed in a famous ad at the time. Although nobody really knows why, because it's not a regatta timer or anything, it's just a standard chronograph with two sub-dials. There is no moving second hands. This is the shape of the design. It's a pretty unique movement for the time, as it is not a modular design, but it's a fully integrated chronograph. The movement 6138 came out, I think it was in 1969 or something like that. And it's interesting because it came out after the 6139, which of course is a bit more well known since it's in the infamous Pogue chronograph. But this is actually a better movement by design. It has added hand winding, very important feature. It has two chronograph registers, not one. It also measures minutes and hours, while the Pogue, the 6139, only measures minutes. And there's also a quick set date, always a very useful feature. It's a 21 jewel movement, beating at the standard 21.6 kilo bph. Now this particular watch has a very distinct case, and this has also earned it a second nickname, the UFO. Not a very flattering one, but it's also known with this nickname. Anyway, what's very interesting about the watch design-wise is the crystal. It's a hard-lex mineral crystal. It's pretty robust compared to a plexi, but unfortunately any scratch that it will pick up cannot be buffed away with some cream. Hard-lex unfortunately cannot be cleaned from minor scratches, and that's a minus for this design since it protrudes quite a bit from the watch, so any accidentally bumping around, it will have a pretty bad effect on the crystals. Still, you can find replacement crystals. This watch is 100% stock, which is quite rare these days. You can find pretty much every part of this watch on aftermarket replacements, but it's usually not original. This one is, including the bracelet, which is somewhere in between president and fishbone. I guess you can say president bracelet. It has full links, not folded links, which is an indication of quality. The band itself is pretty well made, nicely finished. It's very comfortable due to the usual ability to bend sideways that most Japanese bands have. The finishing is pretty good. On the clasp as well. This one has a bit of wabi here. Clasp is brass. Case back. Well, case back has a bit of circular polishing normally, which you can barely make out in this example as well. 1974 February, made in Japan, 6138-0011. Two chronograph pushers, one for starting the chronograph and the other one for stopping it. Sorry, actually you press twice on the first button to stop it and then you just reset it. This one a bit harder to push in, probably could do with a new gasket, but if it works you shouldn't really mess with those vintage watches. This one works reasonably well. There's quite a lot of room for micro adjustment in this clasp, as you can see, as was the custom in that age, and that was a smart thing in the Yachtsman. Now there's a tachymeter bezel insert. It looks pretty cool. It gives it a very sporty feel. This extent bracelet, I guess you could say it doesn't really follow the design. It would look really awesome in your rally strap. It screams speed. The subdial is very nicely polished. Very neat design. It feels pretty substantial on the wrist. It's quite heavy. The size, the case width is 44 millimeters without the crowns. That's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Lug height, case height is 46 millimeters. Bandwidth is 19 millimeters. Dial width, it's about 33 millimeters. As I had said, it's a very substantial watch, hefty watch, that needs to be securely placed on the wrist, and the dimensions are very modern. That's a definite plus if you're looking for a birth-year watch. If you were born in 1974, you're thinking, hey, it would be nice if I could pick up a watch that was made at around when I was born. Those Seiko chronographs are obviously very good proposition. They are somewhat of a hidden gem. People don't really know about them, although, as I said, this is a column chronograph, fully integrated chronograph, the likes of Zenith and Hoyer of the time. Pretty impressive. Spare part available. Look at this crystal. This just looks very nice. As I said, spare part availability is pretty good, although it may be hard to find a watchman who will service this little beast properly. Right, so let's do a pause and see it on the wrist. Right, and this is the Yachtsman on the wrist. My wrist, for reference sake, is 18.5 centimeters wide, and it's a quite flat wrist, not a round wrist. It sits very nicely. It's modern sized, 44 millimeters wide. It's quite substantial, as you could imagine. The stock bracelet is really the best option if you want to rock this watch, but I guess it would be pretty decent on a rally strap. It would probably be even better on a more round wrist than mine due to the curvature, but it's quite good. doesn't wobble or anything. Crystal looks fantastic in this angle. Polishing is pretty decent too. This watch could really come out today and look every bit as modern. So, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this little blast from the past. I'll be back soon with a couple more reviews of a little less rare watches. This one being a very nice solution if you're looking for a nice 70s Seiko chronograph. A little hidden gem. Prices have not yet taken off on these watches. Thanks for watching. See you soon.